What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live in a living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time. DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you can have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. Make your next thing a big one. Today on the program, speaking of entertainment, I have the members of White Ash. Oh yeah, I do. I got Sophie, Ethan, Chris, and Adam. Adam shows up. Going to be a good time. And I look forward to letting you hear about White Ash, this band out of Liverpool. Are there any other bands out of Liverpool? I think I've asked that question before. There is another band from Liverpool. I think you know who they are. But now you're going to know a little bit more about White Ash in the next few minutes. So stick around. This week's shows, I have one public show for you, my friends, my loyal listener. I have the Rab in Conway, Arkansas, my usual Friday night gig, the video dance party karaoke jam. Yes, I said karaoke. You're the stars of the show. It's a little concert starring each and every one of you. You get to be a star, at least for a few minutes, at least for one song. Yeah, and they got a full bar. They got a kitchen. They got good food at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. They got 10 diamond-style pool tables. In fact, they have a pool tournament on Friday nights. So if you want to try your hand at playing pool and possibly make some money while you're doing it, you go check out the Rab and come sing. Yeah, sing, dance, meet with some friends. There's always some good people. And if you don't have any friends, you're going to make some friends at the Rab. It's always a good time at the Rab. Last Friday night was lit, and I look forward to this Friday night at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas, from 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the AM. Be there. And then on Saturday, I got a wedding. I'm so excited. I get to perform at another wedding. I had a wedding last week. So great. I got a wedding this weekend. So great. But unless you're invited, you cannot come. Why am I mentioning it? Because I'm so happy that I still get to do weddings after all these years. So cool. These are the best times of people's days, of people's lives. You know, they're celebrating. They're all always smiling, always happy, and I get to be a part of that. So stoked. Weddings. Okay, that's it for the intro. Let's get into it with White Ash. I got them on Zoom, so if you're listening to the audio version of this, check out the video version on my YouTube page, youtube.com/user/KeysDAN. Zooming White Ash now. Oh, yeah, jamming with the White Ash. What's happening? Oh, good. Oh, look at those beautiful faces on my screen right now. If you're listening to the audio version of this, you need to check out the video version because they're beautiful people. Beautiful people in Liverpool. Have any major bands ever come out of Liverpool?
Only us, I think. There was old people back in the day, but I think it's just us now.
Oh, wow. Good to hear you. All right. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking? I know that collectively you are the White Ash. White Ash. Is it the White Ash or White Ash?
White Ash.
White Ash, yeah.
I like that so much better. I don't like the definite article using the in like the Beatles. Yeah. I would call them Beatles. Not the Beatles, but I guess they had to be the Beatles, the Ruddles, the Who, the what, you know. But White Ash.
Because they're all one letter of the name as well, isn't it? So I suppose it would just look a bit stupid with Beatles, but it could be anything really, couldn't it?
I guess. But, well, White Ash. Who am I speaking to? Left to right, right to left.
Me or you?
We're figuring
Take
out
your pick,
your left is different to ours, isn't it, on the screen?
Pick one.
Go on, Soph.
Hi, my name's Sophie and I'm the drummer for White Ash.
I'm Ethan. I'm the singer and the guitarist of White Ash.
I'm Chris, and I'm the bassist of White Ash.
And we've also got another member, but he's currently stuck on a doctor's appointment.
All right,
His name's Adam. He's a piano player.
I like that. Yeah, Adam, the first man, stuck in an appointment. But okay, I'm trying to jot them down so I don't forget, because I'm an old man and my brain doesn't work as well as you young whippersnappers in front of me. But I got Sophie, and what was the other names?
Ethan,
and
Chris, and Adam. But Adam's not here.
Ethan.
He's
Chris.
here in spirit.
He is here in spirit. Great. Now I've got it down. And will I edit this? Maybe a little bit, but probably not, because I'm lazy and I want the rawness. I want the freshness, just like what you put out as product. The only two videos you have on your YouTube are. It's good that you have that selection. You have a well-produced a lyric video, and then you have a video of you at the Hangar 24, some live footage to give the people an idea of what they're going to see if they go to a White Ash show, okay? And when I say White Ash, it almost sounds naughty. If I mispronounce the ash part, I might get bleeped. I might get censored in certain places. Have you ever had someone introduce you and mispronounce the ash part?
Well, not yet.
Well, no, we've not had that one, but we've had like a few people change our names. What have we had before? What did we get called?
White Ashes.
Oh yeah, White Ashes, and then the White Ash, and there's another one I can't remember, but we were just all like...
What a band of many names, basically.
But we're definitely not the White Ash, because that sounds like a death metal band or something.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you know what a White Ash is? And why are you named White Ash? Begin at the beginning.
Begin at the beginning. Well, so we were rehearsing one day and we were outside. It was when we first got together, so to speak. And I was smoking a cigarette. And while I was stood there smoking, I flick the ash, and as I'm flicking it, it goes all over us, and then sort of that's just where it come from.
All
White
right.
ash.
So it's kind of a cremation. I've seen many movies where they try to throw the ashes of beloved family members, friends, into the wind. Usually it's over a cliff, into the ocean, and invariably when they do that, it gets all over them. Well, I guess he's on me for the remainder of the day. So you flicking the ash is kind of symbolic of spreading yourself over everyone. And I don't know. Well, I know that a white ash is a tree that grows here in North America. So if people look up white ash, they'll find the Fraxinus americana. I mean, I guess that's the other.
That was in the originals, that.
What's
That's
that?
They put white ash on the daggers to kill the vampires. It's on the TV show. Just ignore me.
Okay. I like that. And I'm really into vampires as well. And I'm into all things English as well. I mean, I guess Anglophile is the name. But all right, are you all from Liverpool proper, or did you come from different places?
No, we're all true Scousers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because Liverpool is kind of a college town too, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of university students and sort of things over here. But there's also there's a river that divides Liverpool. So on one side you've got Liverpool, where we're from, and on the other side you've got Birkenhead. And if you people from Birkenhead, they try and say they're from Liverpool, but they're not.
You call them plastic scousers.
Yeah, or sometimes worrybacks.
Well, probably because they can't say Bergenes, and I'm trying to say it myself. I don't even know. I don't even know how to write that down. The spell Birkenhead.
Well, apparently Central Park was actually, what's it called, designed off Birkenhead Park over the water.
Yeah, they based that on it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, is it as big?
Yeah.
It's massive.
Maybe not the same size exactly, but like it is big park.
Is
in
there?
England, because if it was as big as Central Park, it'd probably be the whole of Liverpool anyway.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I've never been to New York and I've never been to Central Park, but from what I understand, there's a zoo there and maybe a place to perform plays. Is that the kind of park that you have just over the river?
No. Ours is more like where like your vegetables would hang out.
Yeah, you wouldn't go there at night.
Yeah, it's not a place you go at night. It's for riffraff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to catch the figure out where the creatives hang out, and not there. Do not hang out in Park.
Criminally creative, maybe.
Well, all right. We'll go. One by one. I guess start with ladies first. Sophie, you're the drummer, if I'm not mistaken. Tell me how you began with the drumming sensation that you are. Began being the drumming sensation that you are.
When I was in school, I had to pick options, so I thought I'd just pick music. And then first I started on the piano. My mum got a piano for me. And then I learnt one song, and then I was like, oh no, I don't want to play this. And then I was staying in my grandma's. My grandma, my mum and my dad all got me a drum kit, and it was upstairs, and they surprised me with it. And then ever since then, I've just played it. But there was like all old people living next to me grandma, and all you hear is just bang, bang, bang. That's just me, is it? And then I just carried it on.
Sophie, did your parents not like themselves? Usually, people get drum kits for the kids of the parents they don't like. I remember when I was a youngster. Every young man at one point or another is going to bang on their desk and think that they're at least Ringo Starr, and maybe think that they're Neil Peart, and maybe think that they're Tony Thompson, or one of the other famous drummers that I can't think of right now. But no one thinks that they're going to get a proper kit, and make a living of it. I mean, whose idea? Well, I mean, who gave you that kit and thought that was the right thing to do and make all that noise?
I think like after they bought me it and then I started going on it, I think they all just like looked at each other and realised like we shouldn't have got them really, because like they'd tell me to get off at a certain time, and then I was a kid so I didn't like know anything I do now, and then like it'd be like 8 o'clock in the night, and then like they'll be all like, we'll go to my grandma's for tea, and I'd sneak upstairs. You just hear like the Hannah Montana, do you know the theme song?
Well, musicians, I'm in awe of musicians, that you can play any instrument at all, but in particular, a drummer who uses all four of their limbs, independently. It amazes me that you can get that rhythm, banging over here and over there and using both feet. It's awe-inspiring. But the one video and the one song that you have out there is it sounds real good. The rhythm is good, and it's going to get you. But Ethan, tell me a little bit about you and what you play and when you started.
So I started quite old. I'm not old, but like in my life, in like my older years, so to speak. So like I didn't like music. It's not that I didn't like music. I did like, if I seen someone with a guitar, you weren't my cup of tea. You know what I mean? I just like to go out with my mates and play football and play my PlayStation and stuff. But my brother in the end got a guitar. And he liked the Beatles, and he liked to have a smoke, and we all, like, just as when you get into music, like stuff you do. So then I started being an army brother playing it, and I heard the song, you know, Yellow Submarine. I actually heard that song, and it just because the lyrics were stupid. I loved how stupid the lyrics were. Like, and in your head, imagine going to an octopus's garden. You know what I mean? In the shade and relaxing. That's what got me into music.
Yeah.
But I didn't play guitar for years. I didn't play for and I think I didn't play guitar until about 15, 16, something like that.
Well, it seems like you had a very normal upbringing. I mean, besides being in the land of the Beatles, but you know, the Yellow Submarine, it follows, even though it has the weird lyrics, it follows the formula of any great pop song, where it repeats over and over. The chorus, you know, it'll give you a little story, a little bit of this, but like the Round We Go. I mean, you're always going to come back to that Round We Go. We all live in a yellow submarine. Round we go. It's an earworm. It's catchy, and it gets to you. It's a way to hook people, to get them in to the White Ash, you know, playing something like that. But then once they're hooked, they can come to a show and hear other music. Are there other songs that the White Ash has? And who's writing these songs?
Oh yeah, we got a good, I'd say 15 songs in our sets, all original. We don't play covers. We do, but like we tend to do our own. And we have from the start. Like when we first started out, we just wanted to do our own music. We don't want to do like so much as covers, because we think that our talent is good enough to just do our own music. And songwriting. Yeah,
it's tough it's really hard to bet on yourself. I mean, because you know, there's two ways or a few ways that you can make money in the music business. You could be a cover band and play weddings and parties every weekend and make money that way, or you can bet on yourself. If you feel that your creative vision, that your words, your music, your own, that comes out of your own head is good enough for the public. I mean, these are your children. These are your babies that you're birthing out. And you have 4 of you that help to flesh them out. But tell me, Chris, about you. When did you start? When did you start playing?
It must be more than a decade now. Originally, I wanted to learn drums because my uncle's a musician. He used to tour around the world. He was in a band called Antimatter. So, I like the idea of getting into a certain art form and exploring certain avenues and all that. So, I started out on drums, but it's too hard. Can I learn bass? And I got on the bass. It just kind of fell into my hands, to be honest. It just felt right to play.
Yeah, but you're still part of the rhythm section, Chris. It's still, you know, Sophie started on the piano, didn't like that. You started on the drums, didn't like that. I'm glad that you found each other, and you have Adam that had the piano, and that fills it out just nicely. So you have a rhythm guitar. So Ethan, you're playing lead guitar or rhythm guitar, or you're taking both roles or both roles.
I tend to do just rhythm really. On the track, we used to have a former member of the band who was on it on the song, but he's no longer here no more with the band. So yeah.
All right.
But the rhythm section, that's all me, and a lot of the new stuff. The lead guitar is Adam, as well. To be fair.
All right. So Adam's
the music man.
Yeah,
okay, so there's always at least one in the band that could pick up almost any instrument and play it fairly well, or well enough to where they can entertain some people that are out in the crowd. And Adam seems like he's your one that could pick up a guitar, pick up a piano. Well, hopefully you don't pick up a piano. You could hurt your back. I'm an old man, and I got to worry about things like that. But, you know, can he...
You've actually seen him with the grand piano over his head.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's your strong man as well, and you need some of that, especially for the load in and the load out. You know, you need if you don't have roadies, you need some strong people. Okay, and I feel for Sophie because she's got the hardest load in. You know, you have all these this whole drum kit to set up, or do you find that most of the venues that you play have drum kits already set up?
Oh yeah.
I'm the strongest one in the band anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
so when we've got a gig, I'll pick all my drums up, and then Adam's piano on my head, Chris's bass on my shoulder, and then Ethan's, and then they just watch me just struggle.
Yeah,
Well done.
try and make it work. Like,
I closed the door on
It's
it.
quite sad
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest. Like, I'm glad you've realised that.
All right then. All right, now the people know who the
Sorry,
strongest
buddy.
strongest Avenger is.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's Adam now, I think. I think he's just rang the door then.
Keyboard player,
Our
mate.
keyboard player.
Hooray! Now we've got a fourth coming in. That's beautiful. Ethan jumped up off the screen and went for the door.
I don't think that's in. Like,
Is it not him?
no, just some random fella saying, "Let me in, please." I'll buzz them in anyway.
Oh.
I'm actually quite this.
You might get murdered in a sec. I've just let a stranger in.
Okay, so you're living in a well secured place, unless one of you just buzzes random people in.
Yeah.
How did you get past security? Oh, it must have been Ethan pressing the button again.
I didn't even ask who he was.
She get happy with the buzzer.
I just come in, mates.
So, have you had a lot of robberies? Due to Ethan's incompetence.
We've actually got a sign on the door saying "Take what you want."
Yeah.
Well played.
Well.
And that's generous of you. You know, we have to, once we get ourselves in order, we have to help our communities out. So tell me about your life in Liverpool. I mean, growing up, it seems like you were a kind of a jock, Ethan. But Chris, what were you into? Were you into sports as well, or was it always music for you? You said 10 years. My goodness, you must have been, just coming out of diapers 10 years ago.
Yeah, I was quite young. Like, I don't know. I was into footy and that, and music just kind of took over bit by bit. I was always involved in something or another.
All right. Well, Sophie, besides the drumming, were there any other extracurricular activities?
I used to play football. I still do. Used to playing the PlayStation. I still do that. Used to get involved in all the sports in my school. I just used to be a very bubbly person.
Yeah, I like that. It's well-rounded. And do you all play sports together? Do you play football or the soccer, as we Yanks call it?
I couldn't run no more.
Well, we try and play football, but when you pass the ball to Chris, like, he terry bangs it. So, like, you need to be careful of your shins and that. So, yeah.
If Chris kicks a ball, he'll kick it that way and it'll go that way.
Okay, so I guess in golf they call that a shank. I don't know if they'd call that shanking in soccer in football as well.
No, shanking over the ears a bit different.
Okay, should I be enlightened, or might I get banned like mispronouncing white ash?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's an avenue we probably shouldn't go down.
All right then,
Yeah.
we'll keep on the straight and narrow here, and maybe you'll let me know off camera. But I like it. How long have you been playing together in this iteration? Since the fifth member left.
Yeah.
2023, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be.
All right.
The four of us, me, Adam, Chris, and Sophie, were the founders. Like, we started the band in November 2023. And then the dude who left, sadly, he was only with us for a couple of months early. He sort of got on the shack, and then that was the end of him, so to speak.
Well, he was there long enough to play that track. And I guess, sometimes the universe sends you people at the right moment at the right time. And that filled out that sound for that track. But without him, you can still play and still do your thing. Hopefully he's off to doing bigger and better things, or off still playing. I don't like when musicians lose their musical ability. I've had people on this podcast that say they used to play music. They used to play trombone. They used to play flute or whatever, saxophone. And I said, you don't do that anymore? And I hate that they lose that because music is so important. I know that it's one of the extracurricular activities that when funding gets low, that's when the schools want to give up on music first thing, or art. And they want to, of course, they want to focus on the sciences and the maths. Those are very important as well. But don't lose the music. Don't lose the art. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, like I think art's very important. It's brings people together and that, doesn't it? It's creativity, be bored and what opposite. Yeah. So I think it should be enforced, to be honest, in a good way. Obviously, not like you've got to do it
in a very radical way.
Yeah.
So in 2023, all right, you get together, you're in this iteration. What kind of gigs are you playing? Are you playing mostly pubs? Are you doing backyard parties? Do you do weddings and bar mitzvahs?
It was our first gig.
The Zanzibar, was it?
Yeah, it was.
It was like a venue we were in. Like a bar, it's like a bar and a venue. Like, so if there's no shows on, it'll open as like a pub. Like, and then if people are on, you come and see us.
Well, what's the name of that place?
The Zanzibar.
The Zanzibar, and that's there in Liverpool?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love the names that come up in England and even in Europe. I know that here in the United States, we kind of copied every name that we have from European and UK names. Every city in the UK you have, major cities, we probably have at least one, if not several, here in the United States. It's like we copied somebody's homework. You have a London? We have several Londons. You have a Liverpool? I'm sure we have 12. So we copied your homework.
Is it a London in America?
I think so.
Oh, my goodness. There's a London in Arkansas. There's probably a London in every state of the union. And here I am in Arkansas, not too far away from London, Arkansas. And I was speaking to another artist in London, Ontario, in Canada. So there's Londons there as well. So, what's your name over there? York? Okay, we'll be New York. How about that? Yeah. So, we steal stuff over here. It's what we do. But
so do we.
But you steal hearts. You steal thoughts and dreams and minds, and then you turn them and you make magic out of them, and you send them right back, and you make music. It's beautiful. It's a superpower that you have, and I'm impressed with it. And just like I said, the one song that I heard is "Round We Go," and it's beautiful. And I'm glad that you made a lyric video of it, because then I get to play it at the club next weekend. When I'm at the club every Friday night, the Rab in Conway, Arkansas, shameless plug, and I'll be playing White Ash, "Round We Go" right up on the screen. And they're going to go, "Who is that?" I'm going to say, "That's White Ash out of Liverpool." Oh, was anybody else out of Liverpool? Well, let me tell you about an old-timey band called The Beatles.
So it froze on us then?
It did freeze, but I talk so much. I'm so long-winded, I'm sure you caught the majority of what I needed to say. But, I want to learn about you, and I want to learn about what makes you tick. Anybody can go online and listen to the music, but I want to know, how you came to be. And, I'm sorry that Adam's not there with his multi-talented musical abilities, but I've got the three of you. And then there were three. I think that was Genesis, one of Genesis's albums, when they started losing members. I think they started with 5, and then 4, and then 3. And I hope Adam comes back. Adam, come back.
Okay. Save Adam.
But I mean, tell me more. Tell me about the venues and the performances, and what it feels like playing as White Ash and playing your own original songs. And if you do covers, what's your go-to cover? How about that?
We have got a cover.
We have, yeah.
We go ahead, Phil.
It's a cover attached to one of our songs. So we're half of the song is an original. But it kind of blends into it's Dreams, isn't it?
Yeah. Fleetwood Mac Dreams.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yesterday I brought up Fleetwood Mac several times because they're all right. They have how many of you sing in your group?
It's just
me, yeah.
Just Ethan. Okay, because this is a band that has 3 lead singers in it, and they made Rumors, which is one of the most perfect albums ever made. Besides Thriller, that had hit, every song was a hit, and even Pink Floyd had Dark Side of the Moon. Almost every song was a hit. These are like perfect albums. Now, do people still make albums, or is it singles? Is it, when you're thinking about making the music, are you thinking about packaging them up into maybe a theme, or do you think about song by song?
I think at the minute we think about song by song. Like, we've just released the first single. We're already booked in for the second single. So I think what we're going to do is try and do it that way. And then when we've got enough songs to be like, let's bring an EP out or whatever, we'll go down that road.
Yeah, but will you press them into CDs or albums, to put on your merch table? And I know if you press albums, if somebody's going to press your record, it's probably going to be hundreds of records that need to be pressed, or else they don't want to press them, unless you buy your own lathe, I guess.
There's I found a website online. Obviously, if it's a website, but it does vinyl pressing for like the likes of us, like a small independent band, where you can just order. It's like drop shipping sort of thing, and you can order your vinyls straight through them as long as they'll just take a commission, so to speak. So we're looking into that at the minute. And then with the music video that you've seen, we want to do merch where like it's our faces on hats and tops, well, t-shirts you call them, wouldn't you? And like loads of cool. We want to do loads and loads of merch, to be honest with you, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, because that's the chance that fans get to come and visit with you after the performance, after you've rocked their minds, you've melted their faces off. I don't know what you rock and roll kids say these days. Once you've blown their minds and made them feel a certain kind of way, they want to come meet you. They want to come shake your hand, shake the hand of the person that played that guitar, that drum, that bass, and the piano. Okay, eventually he'll get here, or maybe he won't. I don't know. We were hoping. But
you've locked them up for being a nut job.
But when you're at the merch table and people are meeting up with you and you're signing autographs, and I mean, you've made them feel good. I mean, that's the way to support an independent artist, is to buy their merch, right? Mm. And because you make money as the in performance. You negotiate with the venue a certain amount, and you're going to make that amount. Okay, great. But to get that extra cheese, buy some merch, right? That's what that's what you tell people.
Yeah, wear our faces.
Exactly.
People will look better with us anyway. If they're walking around with us on the tops, they will look well better.
Yeah, I already said I have 3 beautiful people right here in front of me. So who wouldn't want them on a mug, drinking their coffee or their tea? I'm having tea right now.
Where's your milk?
Or even a glass of milk with your faces on.
Don't you put milk in your tea?
I do not. This is
Is that English?
It's an Arnold Palmer. It's half tea, half lemonade.
Oh, sounds nice. Sounds nice.
It is, and it's refreshing. But okay, so talk about your English tea. Are you all tea drinkers, or is it stereotypical?
I love a good cup of tea, honestly. I'd have 100 of them a day if I could.
What's your tea of choice, Sophie?
What does that mean?
Like what tea bags you use?
Either Yorkshire tea or what's the blue one's called? Tetley.
Tetley's. They're horrible.
All right.
I don't agree with. Or
maybe PG tipped as well. Sometimes I change it up.
Okay, we're looking for sponsors here. All these companies can sponsor White Ash. Okay, they gave you
want me to try
free
your tea
advertisement.
bags out? Send them to me and I'll do it for you.
I want that
White
clean.
Ash.
Say that again.
I said, if you want me to try out your tea bags and you've got 100 samples, I'll try them all.
You say, I have to try this again, 100 times before I can endorse you, Tetley Tea. Okay? What's your drink of choice, Chris?
Do you know what? I drink coffee more than I do tea.
Yeah, I've never seen you with a cup of tea. Like.
Yeah, I don't know, I like a bit of a buzz, do you know what I mean? A bit of a pepper in me step.
I don't like the smell.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like
the smell's a bit rough, like.
Every morning I do have an espresso. I have a Bustelo, Cafe Bustelo. I'm half Cuban from Miami, and so I have a Cafe Bustelo every morning. So I'm a coffee drinker as well as a tea drinker. Okay, so I'm with you. I'm with you both. And then Ethan, what's your drink of choice?
I like Guinness.
Well done. Okay, there had to be one lush. Okay, do you ever have to pick him up off the floor and pour him back into the vehicle? Come on.
Yes.
No, we actually haven't.
Okay. Nobody. It's the rock and roll lifestyle. It's the rock and roll lifestyle. You're supposed to be drinking to excess and ripping up buildings. You don't do any of that.
It depends on the day. I can do all that without being sick. I just smash everything up, but the sick part comes after.
Well, I mean, the blurb says that you're an indie folk band. What makes it folk that you play? Is it that you're kind of a stripped down band, 3 or 4 pieces? It's not like it's a huge orchestra up on stage. But what makes it folk?
Well,
It's not going to be anymore.
yeah, not at the no more. It's not really. But when we first started out in 2023. Like a lot of the songs, I used to do solo stuff before we started White Ash. And there's a couple of songs on the set called Been Before and Running. And you can actually listen to them on Spotify on Ethan Pagan. So a lot of that come from that, where I did used to do folk at the beginning. And then as we've sort of gone through these last year and a half, 2 years, we've sort of just like the whole our music world has like expanded. The universe has like opened up in what we do, and the music's completely changed now.
See, I like that. These are beginnings. This is the stuff that fascinates me. That you started out in the folk, that you started out as a solo artist, and you found some people that you gelled with, that you can make a fuller sound with. So I did find your Ditto.fm that has all the different links to the different places that you can find the music of White Ash. But Ethan, I need you to send me your link, your Spotify link, so I can add that to the show notes, so that way people can know individually who you were. Did any of you play music on your own, Sophie or Chris?
Sophie was in uni, weren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
You froze on me. Sophie was in uni.
I've got a degree in uni, but then I used to make little beats on Logic and stuff. I've made a few songs of them. I've written a few songs. I should carry it on, to be honest, but I just can't at the minute.
Well, when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, I would play with Fruity Loops. I guess it's FL Studio now. Now that brings up another idea: is do you mind electronic drums? Is analog the way to go? If you're making music, would you be upset if someone was using electronic drums rather?
I don't see the I do see the difference, but then at the same time, if you've got to use a lucky kit, you've got to use there's no arguing about it. So if you've got to use one, use it. But if you don't have to use one, use a proper kit.
Yeah, but if I'm listening to classic rock, if I'm listening to a proper song, the things like Queen is my favorite, okay? And I'm listening to Brian May do that incredible guitar solo in Bohemian Rhapsody, and the squeak on the guitar is what adds the flavor. No, that wasn't part of it. But if you had a drum, an electronic drum, it would be the same beat. Oh, you hit the button for fill. I mean, I do like electronic music. I have no problem with that. But there's it, when I'm going to a white ass show, I get to see Sophie actually playing those drums, arms flailing, legs flailing, and just providing that rhythm. It's an incredible sight to see, I'm sure. And then you with Chris, helping the rhythm section. The two of you have to gel together to keep that crowd rolling, right?
Yeah, you gotta be in the pocket at all times.
Otherwise,
it's just there's no feel to it. It's just stiff.
Yeah, are you looking at each other, or are you just feeling it?
It's a bit of both. Sometimes we'll look at each other and that, to signify fills, but I think most of the time it just happens naturally. Things will just fall into place.
Well, thinking about Fleetwood Mac, Mick Fleetwood, and I mentioned this early on a previous podcast, Mick Fleetwood had the best faces when he was playing the drums for Fleetwood Mac. He would tongue out, just going crazy. Do you have any of those? I know there's people that have bass face. Flea has a great bass face, and I've seen quite a few other bassists. But drummers, do you both have good faces?
I don't know. I put me head down just because the speaker's behind me, so just to get the sound come through so I can hear it properly. But then I'll bop, and then sometimes I'll be dead serious because it's either a half fill coming up or I've lost track and I'm trying to think quick, get back on track. Or
can people see you back there?
When Ethan sings a few of his songs, I'll look at Chris and I'll sing to Chris.
Yeah, it's
and I'll do all the things. So if you come to a White Ash gig, you'll see me at the back, just being subtitles for Ethan.
Well, have you thought about putting a microphone back there, Ethan?
No way.
I would. All I ever say is I need backing vocals. Throughout me, I never get them.
If you were to put a mic next to me, all you'd hear is all weird noises haha, or stuff like that. It wouldn't be singing.
But it helps to fill out the sound if you do have some backup, because like I said, my favorite band, Queen, their layers and layers of the three of them singing. Sometimes I don't know if the four of them would sing, but I know John Deacon had some singing. Brian May sang, and of course Freddie Mercury sang. But I don't know if Roger Taylor back there on the drums would be singing as well. I don't know if the four of them sang. Now I have to look that up. But if the four of you would sing, that would blow minds. You would fill that out so much, and it would take some of the pressure off of Ethan. Although Ethan, you have a beautiful voice. I do appreciate the sound in that song.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much. Okay. So tell me about your gigging coming. Well, I mean, people know where you're from now. People know where you're at. Now, where are you heading? I mean, where do you want to go? Do you want to take this around the world, or do you want to stay close to Liverpool? What's your end goal for the White Ash?
Go around the world.
Yeah, take it as far as I can go. Just give it a go. Do every gig, everything at our disposal. Do you know what I mean? Just do it.
We're going to be the biggest bands that have come from Liverpool and England. And do you like football, like English football? Everton. You ever heard of
I don't, but I've heard of them now. I have to look them up. I get homework. Every time I do these, I get homework. So now I have to look up across the river from Liverpool and find out where this this Central Park smaller version of it that you don't want to go to at night. So I get homework whenever I go and whenever I talk to people on this podcast. But tell me more.
Well, Everton is my football team, and it's one of the old is the founding members. One of the founding members of the Football League, and one of the oldest teams. So one of our old ground, we just left it. So I would love to play there. It's where, have you ever heard of a boxer from Liverpool called Tony Bellew?
Tony Bellew. Okay, no. See, this is more homework.
He boxed there and won the belt. So, like, all great Scousers who like Everton go to Goodison, and it's I've got to play there. It is the bottom line to it. That's my end goal, is to play.
Like a close to home kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like, you know, Oasis.
Oh, yeah, bigger than the Beatles. That's right.
Well, they played Manchester City's football stadiums, and I've got to play mine. To be honest.
Yeah, because famously, wasn't it the Beatles that said that they were bigger than Jesus at one point, and then Oasis said that they were bigger than the Beatles? So they're the and
we're
then
bigger than all three.
You're going to be bigger than all of them. That's right. So another handsome fellow has joined the chat.
Hello,
Adam. They've been talking so much nonsense about you. They say, "Oh, he's a piece of." Oh my goodness! Why do we even have him around? Of course, I'm kidding. Yeah. Of course, I'm kidding. You are obviously. You're obviously the most talented musically. They've been bragging on you. You play the piano. You could pick up the guitar. You could pick up a harmonica. You could any instrument you put your mind to. You could pick it up and play it with some kind of intelligence and style enough to get by on stage. But tell me about you, Adam. Welcome.
Don't really know what to say for that. Nice one. Thank you very much.
Well, you should thank them. They're the ones that were filling me in on it.
Very much. Nice one.
So where were you that you got that you had to come so tardy to the podcast? If you can say, if it's not too embarrassing.
I had an appointment in the hospital.
Hope everything's all right.
Yeah, everything's sound. Not a serious one or nothing like that, but I just had to get checks done.
He's actually pregnant.
Yeah.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Beautiful. That's lovely. And you're not even showing. You're positively glowing. No, but Adam, okay, they've already told me their origin stories. Tell me about you. Are you from Liverpool proper? And how did you get involved in this music thing? And why are you in it? No one, starving artists, get out of the music business. Hardly anybody makes it big. All right, but now that I've said all that, where did you get your start, Adam?
In music in general?
Yes, please.
Well, when I was like, I don't know, like 13, 14 or something, started getting interested in like the theory. And like, I don't really know why, to be honest, but I just found it dead interesting. And then I ended up learning the piano because I couldn't do what I was like learning, if you get me. So started on that, and then just, I don't know, just started playing all kinds of instruments and that, basically.
So what were you doing before 13? I mean, were you into sports like these other folks, these other fine folks in front of you? Or what were you into? Academics or what?
A bit of both. I used to play like footy and that. But then I ended up working in like banking and stuff like that because I'm good with like numbers and stuff like that. So I ended up doing that mainly. But then we had a good night out, and me and Ethan were there, and he suggested, do you want to play in a band? I was like, yeah, I'm glad then.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Like that.
No, I could see that. You're at a pub, and you're like, do you want to play in a band? Yeah. All right, let's go play in a band.
Yeah.
And let's go put some music together. It's like you're like magicians to me. I'm someone who, all right, I have a ukulele back there. There's a pink ukulele. There's a harmonica up on the shelf. There's a piano out in the living room. I can't play any of them. I can't play anything. I've had guitars in my life.
Yet.
Not, and that's it. That's just it. I haven't taken time to perfect my craft, as it were. And as much as that brings the hair on my back, I perfected my craft. You never perfect your craft. You're always practicing. You're always trying and striving to get better. I'm sure Chris has his heroes in bassist that, I wish I could play like that guy or that girl. And Sophie, I wish I could play like them. And Ethan, I'm going to practice singing and playing better. Ethan, that's incredible that you could play and sing at the same time. This is magic. It's magic that you do. And I don't want you to think like anybody can do it. I think anybody can be a DJ. And I say that. And people come to me and say, you're so good. You're good with the crowd. You're a great MC. You get people going. Same with the musicians. They think, anybody could do this. Couple of hours of work. Anybody could do this. Sometimes you have to practice it. Sometimes you have an innate talent. Who feels like they had an innate talent or an innate drive to be a musician, as opposed to, this is something interesting. I'm going to work hard to get there. Who thinks they were a natural, or who has to work the hardest?
I think he's a natural at the bass, Chris. Chris is a wizard, and as the music starts to come out, and especially the second single, which we're going to be releasing in end of November, early December, you will hear how good Chris actually is on the bass. He is fucking. He is next level. He is really next level.
That is beautiful. I see, and everyone has to have. We were talking about Adam. Everyone has to have an Adam who could pick up any instrument and learn how to play it or become proficient at it. And everyone has to have a Chris who has that natural ability. But then, Sophie, you started out on the piano. I'm glad you gave it up, because for me, the drum just seems, if you can master the drum, it just, I've said it before, arms, legs working in different quadrants. Okay, just working independently. It amazes me. Did you have that talent already? Can you rub your head and pat your head and rub your belly at the same time?
I actually can,
Yeah, and can you switch?
Ooh, this is where it gets tricky.
Yeah, actually I can.
Okay, see, you have that, and it's just crazy. I'm in awe of all that. But Adam, welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. And now we got to go. I'm just kidding. We actually are winding down. But you're recording music. Where did you record the Round We Go song? And do you have a recording studio that you go to? Give them some shout outs. Give some shout outs to people that have helped you along the way.
We'll give a massive shout out to our producer Dom then. Dom.
Santiago, is it?
Sammy Gaio.
Santiago, isn't
It's Santiago.
It's the second name's a bit hard for us to say, but Dom is he is brilliant. He really is. And we went to there's a studio called Kempton Street, which used to be Parr Street, and where Parr Street is where Coldplay were called the Parachutes. You ever heard of a band called Blossoms?
I know the Gin Blossoms. I don't know the Blossoms.
No, well, there's a band from Manchester called Blossoms, and they record there as well. And it's just a really special place where we go. And we've only ever been there one time, and it's like it's something like it's some experience where it is like it is brilliant.
No, and you're touching greatness. I remember in Coldplay in 2008 when they came out with Viva La Vida, just adding a church bell to the song just talk about blowing minds. Talk about those little pieces, those like if you had something on your drum kit, maybe a cowbell. We need more cowbell. Everyone knows that. You know, if you have something on your piano, you're playing your keyboard, and you decide, hey, let's go with this sound on the keyboard, and try this, and try these different. All four of you come in with your different ideas and flavors, and they gel together and becomes white ash. It all becomes the white ash sound. What's that?
White ash.
White ash. And there's your cheerleader back there. I'm glad Adam is here. The first man. He is your cheerleader.
There's always a pregnant cheerleader, isn't there?
There absolutely is. There absolutely is. There has to be a groupie. And thankfully, your groupie is very talented, and he's in the band. So,
Early spice of the band, then.
okay, so I mean, you know, and keyboardist, man, like I said, piano. My wife and my daughter both play piano. My daughter played pretty well, and my wife, at least she turns that thing on and plays every once in a while. I appreciate that it's getting used, so we have that music in the house. We have that ability, you know. And then me, if I could press a button and maybe get my Fruity Loops back out and do some electronic drumming, hey, maybe I can be part of the band too.
Yeah.
But we already talked about that. Oh, here's something. You're young people. AI coming into the fold. AI helping you write songs. I'm not afraid to admit that ChatGPT helps me to write some of the essays that I do for some of the other videos that I put on TikTok. Do you use? I mean, what do you think about AI writing songs and ChatGPT and such?
I don't mind if you're like helping and stuff, and like you said, to help you. But like if you're gonna, I don't know, I feel like it's just wrong for the AI to bring a song out, because it should be like the likes of us. It should be like people working hard, giving up the jobs to go and do a song and all sorts. And I don't know, I just think that's just my opinion on it.
In a society of lazy people,
Yeah.
they're making people lazier by giving them easy tools. And everyone's seen iRobot, and you know what I mean? And everyone's seen Terminator. I don't agree with anything to do with AI, if I'm being honest with you. I don't agree with Alexa. I don't agree with AI. I think it all should be blew up.
Okay, there are extremes. I mean, because you know, the movie that comes to mind for me is WALL-E, where they were all staring at screens the whole time, and meanwhile this robot's up there getting rid of all the garbage. But I could see that, where that's what technology does. It's supposed to help. I know that the Amish, they say they don't use technology, but they do. They still use wheels. They still use hammers. They still use nails. Whether it's, you know, they stop technology at a certain point. So you have a line that you don't want to cross. You don't want to have AI make all the music for you. Maybe help. Maybe some of you might be inclined to let it help you, you know. But you know, for a keyboardist, you do have settings, the bossa nova setting and the rumba setting. You can press those buttons, and it'll help you get that rhythm down. I mean, how often do you lean on that? That's technology. But there has to be lines that you won't cross, and I'm glad. You know, I'm glad it gives you thought. You know, what line won't you cross to get your music out to the world, and when does it become not white ash music?
Yeah.
Well,
I started out playing like classical piano when I first started playing, so I'm also don't really like using AI. Like, I think it should be more like raw than that.
Well, you've given me more. Yeah, you've made me love you even more, and I just met you. You know, playing the classics.
Like that.
there's a reason that Ludwig van Beethoven is still loved today, and I still played him at a wedding last weekend on Saturday. I played Ode to Joy. You know, there's a reason that they've been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, because their rhythms, their theory, their lyrics, they're lit, their fire still You know, and you're still using those chord progressions when you're writing your songs now, whether you know it or not, right?
Yeah.
So, Adam, are you the only one that's had that music theory in the background, or have all of you had some kind of schooling in music-wise? Have you been to uni for music?
Well,
I have.
Well, you're just finishing uni, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm in. Well, I've already finished basically. But like I've still got a couple of things to hand in, but I'm basically finished my music degree. Like.
Okay, so it is in fact a music degree. If your diploma is going to say a degree in music,
songwriting it'll be for me.
very good. All right, and that's well. I mean, do you collaborate together when you're writing your songs?
Well, Ethan does all the lyrics and stuff like that. Like, but like we all come together and make the music and that. But like I try and like. We'll all come up with stuff together, and then I'll try and make things sound a bit weird if I can.
No, that's the advantage of having 4 people in your band, is that you get ideas that you hadn't thought of. Ethan can come with a 75%, or a song that he thinks is 100% already. And then you can add a little flavor, a little bit of nuance here and there. And that's going to, I hadn't thought of that. I hadn't thought of that. And you'll make that song so much better. And then, of course, you take it to the studio and you play your different stems for them, and they put it together. They're magical. People that are engineers in studios, they're not supposed to be so partial. Maybe because I've known people that have mixed records. The drummer mixed the record for the band, and guess what you hear more than anything else? The drum beat. You hardly hear the vocals. And I've had guitarists, same thing. It's nothing but guitar licks, and you barely hear the vocals and nothing else. And it's all guitar driven. And, so you have to have someone impartial. I'm glad you have that.
I think that's the problem with music nowadays, though, to be honest with you, is that singers aren't as good anymore, and people's songwriting is also not as good. So they make up for it with these massive sounding songs because they haven't got the quality in lyrics or vocal to back the song up. So they have to make it so like horribly loud that you don't even really want to listen to it. That like they ruin it for themselves basically.
And that is your folk background. That the folk song was telling a story that you needed to have those lyrics. Yes, you could be an instrumental band. You could be a jam band and have no lyrics at all, have no story at all, and still entertain somewhat. Some people come to listen to instrumental bands, but you're telling a story. And I think that's your folk training. That's you finding stuff in your life, or maybe even fictionalizing things. Do you find that, like Round We Go, where did that come from? Is that something that came from your life, or is it just an idea you had?
It's a mix of both, really. I've always wanted to come to America and like travel the world, but obviously I'm a bit more realistic than doing that because I've got to work and I've got a life over home. So like I can't. So like it's like I'm going today, but I don't like. I'm not actually going nowhere, you know what I mean? You're constantly going around and like you're wanting to leave, but you can't, so to speak. So yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the goal is to go around the world, but it's hard on a family to take and pick up, unless you can take them with you. Sometimes, you have the advantage. You have the ability to take your family with you. But for the most part, these bands leave all their loved ones behind and go, bet on themselves and go out to the world and take it to the masses. I mean, you have to weigh that out. Of course, you have to talk to your families, your respective loved ones, and let them know, hey, this is my goal. Can you live with this? And these are hard things about being a musician and having 4 people that can that can get their schedules together and go off and travel around the world. Whew, it's hard. It is hard. I mean, how do you feel?
Me or as a collective?
The collective, I mean, you and individually, you all. I mean, I'm sure you all have loved ones that would miss you if you went around the world.
Yeah,
I think it might be difficult for some of us as well. Like a possibility, we'd have to find a way to make the time because we all got stuff to do over here in one way or another.
Well, that's just it. You never know where you're going to resonate the most. I mean, it's possible that someone's going to listen to a White Ash song in Argentina, and they're going to go, I would love to have them here. And if they paid all your expenses, you'd be in Argentina playing all of your hits, and then head on back, and hopefully you can make a whole South American, North American tour out of it. But you never know where your music is going to resonate. I know that people are big in the Middle East or big in the Far East. Some people, there was a band that called their album Big in Japan because that's where they made it big first. I think they were an English band, in fact, but they were big in Japan. So you never know where this is going to take you. And I hope it takes you far. I hope it takes you as far as you want to go without being too detrimental on your relationships, your respective relationships. All right.
Music always comes first.
It's easy to say, but it's hard to do. It really is. Because I don't think I could leave my wife to go that far, to go all the way around the world. I do go round in circles. I went 3.5 hours away last Saturday, and then I came right back home. That's what you do.
Yeah.
All
You're
right.
constantly in a loop, aren't you?
I'm in a loop. Round we go.
Yeah.
All right, my friends. I've taken a lot of your time. Let's go ahead and take this thing home. I don't want this to be the last time that we talk, but I do want you to come back if you have more things to promote. I know in December you got a new song coming out. I love that people put times. Oh, we're going to be dropping this at a certain time, a certain date. I would be so excited as soon as that thing came out of the engineer's computer and sent to my email. I'd want to put it out to the world right away, just like these podcasts. Some people say, oh, this podcast will be out sometime in October the 15th. No, I'm going to put it out as soon as I mix it down in the next couple of days. So I want people to know about White Ash. I want people to know the excitement that I had talking to you four fine people in front of my face.
You're not too shabby yourself.
Hubba, that's what I was doing. I was fishing for compliments. I got you. I got you. All right. Let's go ahead and close this thing up. All right. You gave some shout outs. Give some shout outs individually. Chris, give some shout outs to people that have helped you along the way.
I think I'll just thank Kempston Street Studios for getting our first single out of there. Like, put us up there and we're here now, aren't we? This interview.
Adam, give some shout outs to your doctor or whoever.
Shout out to some teacher called Mr. Swift who got me to start playing music again when I stopped.
All right. Sophie, shout outs.
Shout out to everyone.
Everyone
that helps, everyone that listens, everyone that speaks, everyone. Thank you.
Omnipresence. I like that. Omni something. Ethan, you get no shout outs. I'm kidding. Ethan, shout outs.
I've got no one to shout out.
Perfect.
No, I'm only joking. Thanks for everyone, for anyone who's been to a show, who's listened to a song, just thanks to our parents for having us, because without our parents, we wouldn't be here anyway. So thank you to them the most.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
I'm going to thank Big G for putting this together because I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you to Big G as well. Big G PR team, they are brilliant, and I would recommend them.
Excellent. All right, I always finish these things off with last words for the people. This could be words to live by, something you heard a long time ago, maybe a mantra you wake up with, or whatever pops into your head at this moment in time. So I'm going to do all four of you individually as for the last words for the people. And I'm going to end with you, Ethan. So I'm going to go with Adam. Last words for the people.
Whitewash.
Cheerleader. From beginning to end. Cheerleader. Pregnant cheerleader. All right, Chris, give me some last words for the people.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Take each day as it comes. I mean, if you're going to be worrying about the future, you're not looking at what's going on now, are you?
Sophie. Sophie, give me the last words for the people.
Make sure to stream Round Me Girl by White Ash.
Ethan, my man, the front man, the lead singer.
Yo.
Last words.
You might not have heard of us now, but you definitely will hear of us soon, and you definitely will see us more.
Well, there you have it, party people. White Ash. Aren't they cool? Ah, awesome. Very talented. Check them out on YouTube. I put the links below. They have their link tree, White Ash Music, and their White Ash LVP on X, and then White Ash Music, most places. White Ash Music. I almost said it wrong again. White Ash Music. Don't mess that up. White Ash Music, almost everywhere. So look for them, ask for them by name, and buy some merch. You know, when you go to see a White Ash show, buy some merch. Help support independent artists. And, if you can't make it to a White Ash show, support your local independent artist. Yeah, just in general. So thank you so much, White Ash, for being on the podcast. You have a great future ahead of you. And, hey, if going around the world is in the cards, do it. Go for it. Hopefully it's not too detrimental. You got to talk to your loved ones. Of course. The families. Whew, it's hard. It is. It's hard to go around the world and be rock stars. But you can be rock stars right there in Liverpool and be the biggest thing ever to come out of Liverpool. Biggest? Yeah. You can do it, White Ash. You're the next generation. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. Now, if you, yes, you, my loyal listener, if you'd like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386, or email keysdan@aol.com. That's it for me. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.